The crash, which killed a student on the way to Monroe High School's prom, is now a criminal case. Today, charges were filed against the 17-year-old student who was at the wheel that night. Local 12's Larry Davis is live with the newest developments in the crash. Larry.
Hi, Paula. Well, the charges are 1 count of vehicular homicide and 2 counts of vehicular assault. Both are felony charges. But Butler County Prosecutor Mike Gmoser says that he has no plans of trying her as an adult. He plans to keep this case in juvenile court. But the charges come after an in-depth investigation by investigators with the sheriff's office. Investigators say the 4 teens were heading to prom, driving on this stretch of Millikin Road. Their car left the roadway, overcorrected, and went off the left side of the road and then crashed. Butler County Sheriff's Lieutenant Rick Bucheit tells us what stood out when it came to considering charges.
Of all the factors involved in the crash, the excessive speed was the most detrimental.
Monroe High School students mourned the death of 17-year-old Kaylie Jackson. She was a backseat passenger who was thrown from the car. The driver and 2 other passengers were treated and released. A Butler County Sheriff's Accident Reconstruction Team spent hours, even days, going over that crash scene to try and determine what led to the deadly crash.
Well, they look at the roadway, the conditions, the terrain. They take measurements, take drag factors of the roadway and the different surfaces that any car crash where a car travels over multiple surfaces. There's different techniques and different things that are used.
And Lieutenant Bucheit cited that, or mentioned rather, that is a very hilly stretch of Millikin Road there in Liberty Township, Butler County. The teens who were injured in that crash have all since recovered and are home. The crash touched all school communities in this area. Some students, like some at Talawanda High School, made some changes for their prom. They decided not to go in groups so as to not have distractions. Their prom came 1 week after the fatal Monroe crash. Live in Hamilton, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Paula, back to you.
Just breaks your heart for everyone involved. Thank you, Larry. We are not naming the driver who was charged since she is a juvenile. She is expected to make her first appearance in Butler County Juvenile Court later this month.